नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाउज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Hello my dear friends, my name is Saud Masood. This is my YouTube channel. Today I am back with a new series of learning, which is the chemistry of class 9th. The first chapter of our book is fundamentals of chemistry, but here in this video I will cover up only the first two topics. I mean the introduction of chemistry and the history beyond the development of chemistry. So let's start our video. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So first of all, introduction to chemistry. So what is chemistry? Well, the word chemistry is derived from the word chem, which is the old name of Egypt due to the black color of its soil. After it, the word chem changed into an Arabic word, alchemia, and then the alchemia changed into an English word, which is chemistry. So what is chemistry? Well, the chemistry is a branch of science which deals with the study of matter, its different properties, its composition, its structures, and changes occurring in matter, and different laws and principles which are responsible for these changes. And in other words, in simple terms, we can say that chemistry is a complete study of matter. So why should we study chemistry? Well, we study chemistry because it helps us to understand the world around us. We know that everything we touch, smell or taste is a chemical, and the interactions of these chemicals with each other define our universe. And we know that chemistry is the world of these chemicals. By studying chemistry, we are able to improve our health and environment and to conserve and explore our natural resources. The development in the field of chemistry has provided us a lot of facilities in our everyday life, some such as medicines and drugs, plastics, colors, soaps, detergents, and almost everything we can count. The purpose of chemistry is to know about the matter, its different properties, and the changes occurring in matter. In this point of view, in this regard, man kept on learning about many different things in the universe. All the developments in the chemistry were achieved and improved by trial and error basis, but not on the basis of any systematic study. If we look into the history of chemistry, we can see that the field of chemistry grew, raised and flourished in the earlier civilization of the world. Many contributors, the Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks and Muslims contributed a lot of knowledge to the field of chemistry. But here in this video I will talk about only the Greek periods and the Muslim period because they contributed more of their fields. First of all, I like to talk about the Greek periods because it was earlier than the Muslim period. So the Greek philosophers were the first who developed the ideas related to chemistry. They introduced the concepts of atoms, shapes of atoms and many different chemical combinations. They believed that all matter is composed of four elements, which are water, fire, air and soil. They believed that any matter can be changed into another if these four elements are used with their properties. The theories and ideas of Greek philosophers prevailed upon science for a long time, but chemistry could not be developed during this period because Greeks believed only in theories and ideas and not in experiments. And we know that chemistry is a pure practical field of science. But if you look into the history of Muslim period, we can see that they presented chemistry as a pure practical or we can say experimental science. Their period from 6 to 1600 AD is known as Muslims period or alchemists period. This period raised many talented and genius scientists who observed matter and conduct experiments to test their observations. Major goals of alchemists in the field of chemistry was first of all to change base metal into gold because it was quite famous among scientists that any base metal can be changed into gold by different processes. The second one was to discover methods of prolonged life. Alchemists were working hard to find out methods and techniques which can be used for the betterment of their lives. The third aim was to find out physical evidences which can support their religious and philosophical beliefs. It means that they were fully drowning in the sea of knowledge to find out methods, proofs, evidences which can support, testify their religious and philosophical beliefs and ideas. Alchemists contributed a lot to the knowledge of chemistry. The names and achievements of some most talented and most famous scientists are given in our syllabus. We will learn about them one by one. The first name in the list is Jabir ibn Hayyan. So who was he? Well, he was an Iranian scientist. He was born in 721 AD and he was died in 803 AD. Jabir ibn Hayyan was the greatest scientist of his time. He is also known as the father of chemistry due to his various contributions in this field. He is also known as Jabir in some European countries. Jabir ibn Hayyan was a chemist, philosopher, astronomer, physician. He was probably the first scientist who had a well-equipped, well-established chemical laboratory, where he invented many experimental methods such as distillation, sublimation, filtration, extraction of metals, etc. He also prepared hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, and also white lead. Okay, this was a short description about Jabir ibn Hayyan. And the second scientist in our book is Muhammad ibn Zakaria al-Razi. Well, he was also an Iranian scientist. He was born in 864 AD and he was died in 930 AD. Al-Razi was a physician, chemist, philosopher, and a physician. He wrote many number of books, almost 26, but among them his book Al-Asrar got more popularity on different sections of study. Al-Razi was the first scientist who divided all the substances into living and non-living origins. He was also the first scientist who divided all the chemical compounds into 4 types. So the third name in our list is Al-Biruni. He was an Afghan scholar. He was born in 973 AD and he was died in 148 AD. Al-Biruni was one of the greatest scientists of his time. He was a physicist, he was an astronomer, a chemist, a mathematician, a geographist, and a historian. Although he had a great knowledge of chemistry, different chemical procedures, and different chemical combinations. His most important contribution in the field of chemistry was that he determined the densities of various substances. And this was about Al-Biruni. And the fourth name in our list is Abu Ali Sina, and he's shortly known as Ibn Sina, and in some parts he is known as Bu Ali Sina, and he is also known as the Aristotle of the Muslim world. He is also known as Avicenna in some European countries. Well, he was a very famous scientist of his time. He's famous for his contributions in various fields such as mathematics, astronomy, geography, chemistry, and medicinal chemistry. Well, he was probably the first scientist who rejected the idea that any base metal can be changed into gold. And Ibn Sina also wrote a many number of books which were taught in Europe for centuries and in other regions too. So thanks. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.